Hello, everyone. The last few hours have shown us that we do not have an opposition. Let me say the last 48 hours have shown us that we do not have opposition. We do not have opposition that has the capacity to rally people together and ensure that the right thing is done for the country. We do not have an opposition that those who are in government, this illegitimate government, is afraid of and know that they can stand and do something. We do not have an opposition that has the back of the people. And so what we must do, ladies and gentlemen, we must form our own opposition. The people's own opposition must be put together. We must come. We can no longer rely on anybody. And I think for me, one of the things about life is that you shouldn't wait for anybody to do anything for you. You should do it yourself. We want an opposition. We'll be crying opposition, come together, opposition, do this, opposition, do that. We haven't seen opposition. We only saw earlier today when they did a statement, a joint statement that was put out. A joint statement is not what is needed at this moment. You have mad people masquerading in offices, in government. They've hijacked government, taking over government, bribing people, buying people, silencing people. Statement cannot work anything. You cannot just be doing merely statement and leaving it at that. There has to be more than statement. There has to be aura for aura. There has to be a gbas to a gbos. And there has to be a gbos to a gbas. We cannot just sit down and fold our hands while our country is being destroyed. You saw what happened. There's no opposition. First of all, for there to be a declaration of state of emergency, for that thing to be sustained, there has to be a two-third vote. A two-third vote, meaning that if they are shared in three places, 2 out of 3 must say that they agree with it. Yet, we saw what happened. House of Representatives have passed something using a voice vote. You cannot get a two-third without PDP lawmakers. You cannot get a two-third without Labour Party lawmakers. You cannot get a two-third without the APGA and co lawmakers. APC alone does not have up to the two-third numbers. If you say simple majority, that's a different case. When they pass issues on simple majority, that's a different case. They say, the ayes have it, they don't even vote. They're supposed to be voting, but they are not voting. But when it comes to a two-third, if the House does not put his hand, if the opposition parties do not accept, there's no how you can get a two-third. But here they are passing a two-third. We are seeing reports where they are saying they paid lawmakers $25,000 to sell their country, to sell every one of us. Do you know if this thing goes through, do you know what it means? Tinubu can change the constitution. I said this thing when the national anthem, bill was passed. We sat down here, national anthem was changed. And I refused to stand to that national anthem. People were insulting me, abusing me, saying all sorts of things. And I said it then. I said this is the beginning of a lot of draconian laws being passed. We will sit down here, we will wake up, we will see a new constitution that has been done just to worship Tinubu and his family. We will see here where they will now tell us that the leaders of whatever must come from his family, that after he's done, his son will do. After his son, his daughters and whatever, all of them will do. When they are finished, their grandchildren will continue to rule Nigeria. That's the kind of constitution we will see passed. You think it's a joke? It starts like this. A two-third that is needed, nothing was done. They just went away. They just did all sorts of nonsense. Opposition, it shows us that there's no opposition anywhere. Every lawmaker that is there for himself to get what they want to get. The party does not even have a hold over them. The party does not have a say over them. They don't have a consensus. They don't have anything. It's okay. There is no opposition. Do they owe us opposition? No. Why are we not forming our own opposition? Why are we not doing our own opposition? If we're doing our opposition, we know, okay, A, B, C, D, what are we going to do? There are certain things that a government, talk less of an illegitimate government, should fear opposition. When you just know that, all they are going to do is that they are going to come out at the last minute and put out a statement. What do we need a statement for? There are times for statement, there are times you go beyond the statement. What the heck? Statement to who? Statement to animals that don't regard nobody? Are they the people you are doing statements to? Statement to criminals? Statement to charlatans? Statement to people that are looting, stealing your wealth and using it to pay people? Or statement to people who are hungry? $25,000, less than 40 million naira is what a lawmaker that is paid such humongous amount of salary every month cannot say no to. I don't blame them. They put in the work. They do all the things. It is time we too, we put in the work. If we don't put in the work, nobody will put in it for us. We will be shouting. I'm tired of shouting. 2018, I said to myself, if I continue to just be on the streets making demanding to who? People who are deaf, blind and dumb, who are controlled by their bellies, is the ones I should be demanding to? Who will look and say, oh, forget about her, they don't forget about them, let them just be talking, that's one I do. No, I say to myself, if I continue demanding and just demanding, then I'm no different from Buhari, who was the then president. Then that means I'm clueless, I'm incompetent. Say no. By the time Tinubu enter, I should be on the street protesting to who? An illegitimate president. That would be me legitimizing legitimacy now. Somebody that did not win election, somebody that rigged the election. I should be the one. How? Where? When? Say wetin happen? No, now I can't. I should not be telling Tinubu. I will go and meet her and say I'm for demanding. Hey, I looked at for who? No. Now, for me, it's that I will put in the work. Even if I'm the only one, I will do it. And I'm sure I won't be the only one. There are some of you that want to also put in the work. Let's come together and build this opposition. Let's be the opposition. Let's have the people's opposition. There must be courage attached to you wanting to be a leader. We have current people who just want to waltz in and be leaders. Let other people fight for them. They will just go in and then they will match our heads again. We must put our mouth where our monies are, be our money. I can't even remember how that proverb goes. But ladies and gentlemen, enough is enough. Our country. Before we will now turn to people that will be in IDP camps, so with our boss, you see a professor. Can't remember who was there. I think it was in Ethiopia or Somalia. They say those that went for when they had those their crimes. You see a whole professor begging for food. Yeah. It happened to others. Don't think it can't happen to us. This is how it starts. Destroy all the institutions, capture everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you with me? I'll be dropping a link in the description part and also in the comment section. I'll pin it. If you are interested, let's join. Whether you are in Nigeria, whether in diaspora, as long as you are 18 and above, let's join. We need to form the people's opposition.